Hey, Damon, happy Monday, dude. How are you?
I'm doing great, Kurt. Ready to go.
Man, how was your weekend?
It was very nice.
Very
Very
nice.
good weather.
Yeah,
Good weather, good people. You
good.
know,
Hey,
got out in the got out in nature. It was good.
what more could you ask for? So, all right, did you get a good night's sleep for this one?
I did.
Man, is this going to be good? So, all right, I want to introduce my dear friend, the one, the only Brittany Gardner. Brittany, happy Monday. How are you?
Happy Monday, you guys. Man, it is a great day. I'm just living the dream out here, one day at a time.
Oh, it's a great day Damon, like our friend Eddie Saunders says, it's a great day to have a great day, is it not? And it's a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful day to be here with Brittany. Brittany, we've got so much to uncover. You know what? Damon, we're not even going to monkey around. Like, we're going to dive right in. You ready?
Let's get going.
Let's get going. All right, Brittany. First question for you, my friend.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about a bunch of things. So
Yep.
now for folks just join us, drop us a note. Let us know you're there. First off. Secondly, happy Monday to you. Thirdly, connect with our dear friend, Brittany. Man, I'm telling you, you're just going to pick up like a new best friend. She makes you feel like you've known her your whole life as soon as you meet Brittany. She's just an absolutely amazing human being. And we're going to talk a little bit about a boat thing. So we might get into that. But Brittany, before I go there, we're talking about how you raised in Idaho in just this magnificent, wonderful, just slice of paradise that you live in here in Idaho. When you were a little girl growing up, who was your hero? Who
Oh,
did you look up
man.
to, and who was your hero?
So cool. Well, I'll give you a little bit of context, you guys. So I grew up here in Meridian, Idaho, when the population was just around 20,000. Really cool little community. To give you a little more context, right now Meridian, Idaho is pushing close to 250,000 people.
Wow.
Just incredible growth. Um, yeah, as a little kid, my hero was Jane Goodall. I grew up on a farm in Meridian, so we raised sheep and alpacas and just any type of animal you could think of. We had a little miniature farm, and Jane Goodall was an inspiration for me because I had this obsession with her studies in monkeys, and I really, it's outside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was just really empowered by her leadership to, break glass ceilings and do her research and not be fearful of the outcomes of that. So she was always somebody that inspired me with life on the farm.
Wow, what a great David! We haven't had that one.
No, we have not. That's awesome.
Man.
Yeah.
Brittany, you dug deep on that one. Now,
You never know what you're gonna get. I'll
never
tell you.
know,
Right.
man. Especially with you, I just
Man.
with when it comes to Brittany, I never know. Like, you just have expected and unexpected. Now, wasn't there a movie about her? Was there a movie about
Yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
called Gorillas in the Mist.
Yep.
with
Yep.
Sigourney Weaver?
Yep.
Mhm.
It
Yep.
was.
Yep.
I'll tell you, it was a heartbreaking. No, I don't. Spoiler alert, but Damon, I don't know if you saw it, but it is. If you're an animal lover, it is a powerful wrench. That's a good movie.
Yes.
Sigourney Weaver at her best.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
a great hero for you. What did you, so just I want to take that a little further, Brittany.
Yeah.
Like, how did that impact you as a person, or how just share with that.
Yeah, you bet. Well, growing up, there were always barriers for me as as a woman growing in business too, being able to overcome those hurdles and just finding those inspirations to be able to grow and really connect with people, and in her case animals, but that translated into the connections with humans. Originally I thought I wanted to be a vet and treat animals, and as I grew through college and grew through different courses, I realized like my true calling was connections with people and being able to help and serve. And that started in my life with serving animals and just translated into the different leadership roles and opportunities to grow and learn with people. I've always, been proud of being a servant leader. And I think that translates into all the work that I've done throughout my career, and now, my career with Vessel. Um, like I said before, breaking those glass ceilings, not letting anything really stand in my way of being that true leader to help serve people, and that's what we're doing now. That's which is really fun. It's really a lot of fun.
So, all right. So, first off, phenomenal, man. I'm going to be,
Yeah.
I'm going to be thinking about that one all day today. So, Brittany, great answer there as far as who your hero was. Appreciate it. I know you're
Yeah.
just a wonderful, incredible family person. Before we went live, as you shared, you're a little bit introverted, right? Just finally coming out of your shell.
Yeah.
Just
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
kidding. Just kidding. So I want to dive into a little bit of your journey, but we're going to do a super wonderful explanation of Vessel, how Vessel is just doing amazing work helping manufacturers throughout the great states of the United States here. And we're going to talk about, as a matter of fact, I'm going to read the title here, Driving Fortitude and Dominance for U.S. Manufacturers Through Supply Chain Clarity. Man, have we needed that since a little thing happened in 2020.
Oof.
But I want to just share everybody a little bit your background. Where did you drive your passions? How did you end up here at Vessel? Let's go there.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. And also, Kurt, just cool connection that I work with Vessel, and also we'll share a little bit about life on a vessel as well. So just a random connection there that will,
Pun intended
yeah,
all the way.
yeah, yeah.
And so after you explain a little background of Brittany and her journey, Damon, I'm going to share with you my first phone call with Brittany.
There we go.
Well, yeah, global competition right now and economic uncertainties is kind of scary. But really understanding supply chain is more crucial than ever for our manufacturing customers. And really, we want to reshore those jobs and operations back to the United States. Vessel's a veteran-owned, mission-driven company committed to that. We've been around actually for 7 years.
Mhm.
I started with Vessel back in November, and but 7 years prior, 6.5 years prior, Vessel was really working directly with manufacturers and understanding the gaps and opportunities to help them. So more of a consulting role, if you will.
Mhm.
From that, Vessel has grown with our primary client base, our manufacturing extension partnership. And now we've been able to, from the experience as consultants, develop a software that is just revolutionizing the way that we're doing business by helping manufacturers and our MEP partners connect the dots through AI, smart technology, smart matching, and it is rad. You guys, to be able to present the software that we're developing, it is solving a problem that is needed in almost every center that we're working with. And it's inspiring to me to be able to work for a company that's so passionate about taking care of our customers. And in the end, being able to free up more time for them to do what they're good at, which is taking care of the manufacturers, really serving them, providing them with guidance. And so the software that we built and that we continue to build and refine to solve problems for these groups is just so cool.
Man,
Nice.
Damon, dude, you're ready to run through a wall right now.
Yeah,
Right?
I'm getting
Oh
a little
man.
excited over this one. Yeah.
So, all right, so let's go here, Brittany. We're going to talk about Vessel. As you mentioned, there's a couple different vessels. And
Yeah.
so, you have a vast banking experience.
Mhm.
Okay. So now banking, we think manufacturing is awesome.
Yeah.
What attracted you to, Wells Fargo, many, many years,
Mhm.
you've just done amazing work working with, in the finance world.
Yeah.
What attracted you to Vessel? What had you jump ship, pun intended, to Vessel?
Yeah, really good question, Kurt. I with my experience in banking and in developing people, that's always been a core of me is really being able to solve problems, being able to serve people and bring them up, right? I like to see myself as that launching pad, for people for that next step. And so in banking, although you have the banking and you get all the banking language and all that fun stuff that comes along with it, interest rates and yields on accounts and all that fun stuff, right? Rates of return. Although I'm a closet nerd when it comes to that, people at my core is really what's passionate about, what I'm passionate about. So in banking, I drove programs around sales. How do we increase sales? And what does that sales really mean? And in my language, sales is connecting with people, uncovering a problem, and finding a solution that makes sense. It's as simple as that. we're not going to just fling spaghetti noodles at the wall and see what sticks. We want to make sure there's a need. If there's no need, then you make a friend, right? And
Yeah.
in most cases, you make a friend anyway. But for me, what really drove me to coming to Vessel was they came to me months before, almost a year before I jumped ship over to Vessel, and talked to me about their vision and talked to me about where they want to go, and just a really good group of people, really really good group of people. And I wasn't quite there yet. I'm like, no, I'm not there yet. And I made a promise to my husband. Okay. Now, when COVID hit, my husband wanted to sell everything and go on an adventure. And I was like, dear husband, no, that's silly. We're not going to do that. I'll give you 2 years. I'm like, let's set 2 years. Let's set some goals. If we don't accomplish those goals within 2 years, I promise you we'll sell everything and we'll go on this adventure. Okay. That was when we were 38 years old and we have 4 children. Okay. And we're paying now moving along, we're paying for college, we're paying for daycare. It's really fun, you guys. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
And so at that point, Molly from Vessel. So Molly is at Vessel. She's the chief operating officer there. And she comes to me and she's like, Brittany, really want you to do this. And I was like, Molly, here's the thing. This is my situation. I'm going to be moving all over the country. I'm going to be in a different environment. And she's like, we'll work with you. We want you on the team. And you know what really sealed it for me, Kurt and Damon, is that the people that are at Vessel care. They're good people that want to solve problems.
Mhm.
They care about finding solutions. And it is fun. It's so fun to work with people that are creative, that are innovators, that want to do better. And I wanted to be a part of the Cool Kids Club.
Yeah.
So I said, yes, I will do it. And they're actually along for the ride too with all of our adventures. So to put a little bow on it, we did sell everything in last year, bought a boat, and now we live on the boat pretty much full time, with the exception of now because we're in hurricane season in the Caribbean. So that's our current state.
That's your current state. So Damon, so I just want to give a shout out to the team at Vessel, my dear buddy Derek, and shout out to Molly. What a great judge of character they have for, talk about putting together the Damon, it's like, remember when you were a kid, you're like, you had to pick, get the all-star kickball team together,
Yep.
It's like they've got the all-star kickball team, right? Is that a good way to describe
There
it?
you go.
So
Yeah. Kurt, my
you know-
dad would always say, surround yourself with people that are better than you.
yeah.
Surround yourself with people that are better than you. And that's what I did when I joined Vessel. The entire team there, Derek, Molly, the other Derek, Jared. Gosh, we've got Journey and we've got some development guys. They are just on the ball, and it is really cool.
And company developed by, our veterans,
Mhm.
thank you for your service to our country. And these are guys with manufacturing background, helping manufacturers. Now, Brittany, we're going to dive deeper into Vessel. Before we do, so Damon, let me just kind of tee this up. Okay.
Let's go.
So I get on a call with, I get my introduction with Brittany, and she pops on and just this ball of energy, just, this beautiful soul. And I'm just, she makes you feel like you've $1 million. You've known her your whole life. And as I'm talking to her, I thought I saw feet walking behind her. And I'm like, well, what room could you, if feet, I mean, it's like a deck on a boat. Like people are walking. I saw legs, and I'm like, and it happened a couple times. And so I'm like, Brittany, where are you? And so, Brittany, can you please explain to Damon what was going on there?
Yeah. So my husband has an office. So he's on sabbatical right now from work, and his office is the engine room. Okay. And so my office is our stateroom, which is below deck. We've got 4 staterooms, and they know when I wear the Vessel shirt, it is off limits. They cannot come in. They cannot open the door. They know. But there's a little porthole that's right behind me. And sometimes they just get this itch. So my kids' age right now, I've got a 5-year-old daughter. I've got a 9-year-old son, a 12-year-old son, and then a 20-year-old son. So 3 older boys and a little girl. And I will tell you, they just itched to reach their fingers through the porthole and peek in. And so they
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
peek in, but man, they were going back and forth. They were trying, Kurt. They were.
Well,
That
God,
is
hey,
awesome.
so it's phenomenal. And so I just want to, for entrepreneurship, I don't know, Damon, entrepreneurship's pretty easy, right? Just piece of cake.
Yeah, just
right?
get up and do it.
Like,
Yeah.
no stress whatsoever. But it's making those hard life decisions, throwing caution to the wind, taking that massive leap of faith. Now, I don't know how many people out there have the courage, stamina to say, "Hey, let's sell everything. We have obligations
That's
here. We
it.
have four young children, right? Well, the oldest ones, but four children that we're taking care of, financial obligations, family members, all sorts of things going on in Idaho with your family, and you're like, hey." Brittany, what was going through your mind? What were the emotions?
Yeah.
And it could be just think of the person out there. Maybe maybe it's not going to like, hey, we're going to sell everything, go on a ship, but maybe I want to leave my job and start a business. I want to, whatever it is. Like, share what you were going through, please.
I love this, Kurt and Damon. This is such a good topic because, when we started out with this conversation about, how I was empowered to grow throughout my career, and a lot of it was safe, right? A lot of it was safe. You get a paycheck, you have that security with insurance, like all these things, right? It's safe, it's comfortable. People are good at doing what they're comfortable at, but not great, right? Not great. If you want to achieve greatness, you got to sweat. You got to get clammy hands, a little bit of sweat under the arms, and you got to feel the knot in your gut. When you're doing that, you're making moves. And it might not work out the way you want it to the first time, but you do it again. Guys, I will tell you, I relate being on a boat so much to starting a business. So I also started an insurance business in my past role, and let that paycheck go. And I will tell you, riding a boat is just like that. Let me give you some storyline here. So my husband and I, he's the captain of the ship, okay? He's in charge of everywhere we go. He's responsible for navigation, storm tracking, understanding how big the waves are, making sure all the lines are in order. I am in charge with making sure we eat good meals, making sure the boat is tidy and the children don't fall overboard. I also do the homeschooling. Okay. But when it comes to the boat work, like the actual sailing, that was for my husband and our oldest son, Ashton. And the boys would help out too, Okay, so we set sail for our second night sail. Now, night sails are scary. They're dark and unknown. But you do as much preparation as you can. So you know that you're going to have these obstacles. If you're going to start a business, or if you're going to take this leap of faith and leave that paycheck, you don't know what's going to happen, but you can prepare as much as you can. You can save up, right? You can get that savings account going. You can eliminate as much risk as possible. And that's what we do. We check the weather windows. We make sure the dinghy's tied up really good. And then you do what you know, and you do the best you can. And folks, we did that sail, and we hit a storm. And the storm hit just as the sun was setting. So you could see the darkness of the clouds around you, and you could see that we were the only boat in this massive ocean with lightning. And you could see the terror on my face of thinking, is this a good choice? Having a metal pole sticking up from your boat in a lightning storm. No, it is not a good choice. When you quit your job and you go out and start a business, you are going to encounter storms. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
Yeah.
You are going to be terrified to all get out. You're going to have chills and you're going to cry. You're going to cry. And it's okay, because guess what? You put the kids in the stateroom with the life vests, and you stay away from the mast, and you ride out that storm the best you can. And stuff is falling off the walls, and it's a 7 hours of getting just the crap beat out of you in the middle of the ocean in darkness with pouring rains, winds out of nowhere. You're barely fighting the winds. You're like averaging an average of 1 knot, and it is awful. But then the sun comes up, because the sun will always come up. The storm stops, and you see the island that's ahead of you with a rainbow and butterflies, and you freaking made it. And you drop anchor, and that is what happens when you jump off to start a business, or you reach outside your comfort zone. You go for that position that you don't know if you're going to get or not. You do that, you face those fears whether you like it or not, and you make it. And that is incredible. It's an incredible journey, and it's terrifying, but I couldn't relate it more to starting a business.
Okay. That might be, Damon,
That
that
is
might
awesome.
be one of the best moments on this episode show
Yeah.
ever. Man, drop the mic. That was,
Well,
I
the
don't even have
correlation
words
too.
for
The
that.
correlation too is incredible. I mean, you,
It's so real.
like you said, you prepare all you can, but you never know until you're done.
Yeah.
And you can listen to a 1,000 people that have become successful over time. They're going to tell you the same thing. I thought I was going this way. I was going to make it this way, and it was like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Damon, that's so true. Those pictures of the bicycle where you go on a ride, you're like, here's my goal. And then it's like this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
That's
is-
exactly what it was.
Brittany, you and I spoke shortly, I think like within days of the exact trip that you're talking about. And so that really stuck with me. And again, I cannot express how much I personally admire what you, your husband, and your family have done, how inspiring it is. I think about it all the time. And it's almost like, do I have the guts? Am I making those uncomfortable choices? Am I doing my, my sell everything and jump on a ship with my family type move that you've made? And I can't tell you how inspiring you are for so many people. So big kudos.
Oh,
to
Kurt.
you.
Yeah, Damon. Thanks, you
Good
guys.
stuff. Good
If it
stuff.
weren't for Casey, my husband, he really set the tone. He's like, hey, we can do this. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
sometimes you need that buddy in business to help
Oh,
push
yeah.
you. That's why, like, again, when you talk about growing yourself, you want to be with those people that push you, that aren't just like, yeah, you're doing great. You know what? Good job. No, you got to have those people that call you out and be like, Brittany, do better. Come on, And that's so good to have that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what's fun about working at Vessel, you guys. So from life on a vessel to actually working at Vessel, here's one last really crazy just connection. My middle son's name is Crew.
I just about lost my
Oh
coffee.
my gosh.
Is that so crazy? I know. So it was meant, fate, and an incredible team at Vessel is what brought me to Vessel.
All right. So jumping ship for Crew.
Yes.
All right. That is hysterical. And which son is that?
Yeah, so that's my 12-year-old.
You're 12.
Nice.
So like this was way back when. And just, and there's so much that we could talk about. Kudos to you that the teamwork, the relationship that you and your husband have, the belief and trust in each other, you believing in him and this idea and vision. And, Damon, how many, anyway, we won't get into a whole marriage conversation. Let's go. All right, let's dive into Vessel. So, all right, dear friends, if you're just joining us, big hello, happy Monday to you. We encourage you, we invite you, we welcome you. Connect with Brittany on LinkedIn. You want to check out this company, Vessel, founded by our dear friend Derek, who's out there, veteran, just a hero of ours. Let's dive in. Brittany, please, curious minds would like to know what's going on. What exactly do you guys do? What does driving fortitude and dominance for U.S. manufacturers, what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, absolutely. If we are going to explore why fortitude, you think of fortitude and it's strength and resilience. And dominance is going to be leadership and market position. These are essential goals when we're talking about really anything, but if we're going to focus on manufacturing, these are essential goals for manufacturers. Achieving clarity, specific to supply chain and having strategies and solutions in place is going to help define these companies' future. And so if you scroll down a little bit, as I mentioned before, Vessel's a veteran-owned. Derek Ellis is the visionary behind this amazing company, and yes, is a veteran. We've got Molly, Derek, Jared, Journey, and we've got some other folks on our development team. And we uncovered the opportunity to serve what I call our real true partners, our manufacturing extension partners. They're across the entire United States and Puerto Rico. And so if you're a manufacturer and you're, needing some direction on supply chain or anything like that, you can reach out, to me, and I can help you, work with your MEP center. We call them MEPs. But it's about connecting, Kurt and Damon. It's really about connecting and providing solutions. So we've developed a software that, as I said, revolutionizes the way that they're doing business by smart matching. And what I mean by that is really finding that gap in the business. We provide software that does an initial assessment to find where those gaps are in these businesses to help match with AI solutions that those centers offer, or any real true partner working with manufacturers. And so the assessment platform is going to do this automatic, I call it automagic matching, to make sure that they're providing a real solution. And then it's also providing a polished, dynamic report that then, that our MEP centers in this case can use to work with the manufacturing clients. So it's really empowering. Go ahead and move to the next one. We'll do a quick overview of what this is. And, this is really, it's important that people understand that this software is, this tool, but really what we want to do is we want to do these assessments that are meaningful for our customers. In a lot of cases, it's supply chain, but sometimes it's workforce. Sometimes it's Industry 4.0, cybersecurity, and so much more. What's cool that we're doing at Vessel is we white label everything and we customize it based off of their needs. And that's one of the reasons, truly, Kurt and Damon, why I love working at Vessel, because if we're not quite sure that we can deliver a solution that we need, we go back to our development team. We're small enough that we can go back and say, hey, can we build this for them? Does this make sense? Is this something that we can do across the entire country? And so go ahead and go to the next one. We'll zip through this pretty quick. The smart matching is really where we gather that data from the assessment to accurately determine what's going to be the next step, the next fit for that interaction. So it doesn't matter if you're a consultant or if you're an actual, manufacturing extension partnership, or maybe you're in an economic development, you're going to provide this assessment to whoever that client is. And then you're going to be able to use that data and make a data-driven decision based on our AI matching. And so you can see here, this is just a snapshot of the assessments that we offer. You can go to the next one here, Kurt, because I know we're getting close on time. And I want to just give you
Hey, Brittany, real quick. I just want to point out, and you know what? And you're so inspiring. We might have to drag this out a couple more minutes. So this.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So I wanted to touch base on your menu over here, because a big thing is cybersecurity. That is such a massive. And Damon, we probably need to do, I would say a better job, but so I love your menu of items. General,
I like
workforce. What's that, Damon?
No, I like that menu there, the one that hits the real important topics. That's for sure.
Supplier scouting. So the value that you're bringing here is just so tremendous. It's just such a huge asset for manufacturers. So I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just wanted to interject and just point out. And again, over here, mapped opportunities with a go forward plan. You've got location, current. So there's just, gaps. There's just a lot of meat on the bone here, Brittany, right? And again, don't feel rushed. I want to make sure that you're going through this.
Oh, you're so good. Thanks, Kurt and Damon. Yeah, I was like, I want to get through. This is so good. Yeah. Great. If we can drag it out a little bit, I appreciate the pause there. Yep. I will tell you what's neat about the plethora of assessments that we offer is that these are the high ones. These are the ones that we find the most need. What's really cool is when we launch our general assessment, when we do that first assessment, we're going to touch on a lot of different categories. From that initial assessment, then we're able to drive an additional area of opportunity, whether it is cybersecurity or maybe it is supply chain. What that general assessment does is it deep dives into where we need to go next. So it really serves itself. The dynamic report, though, this is powerful. And this is where we have saved, on average, 26 up to 26 hours of compiling, preparing, putting together, polishing the data that you collected from this interaction into a report that has a go forward plan. This is an in-depth report that's going to touch on, the primary concerns that you may have as a consultant, that the MEP Center has as their primary focus, or for economic development, their focus. So we customize this dynamic report to be exactly what you want it to look like. And that way, at a moment's notice, at your fingertips, after you've provided this assessment to your client, you now have this information, this matching, where you can go in and edit things as you think fit. Maybe there's some grant opportunities that you want to include in there, or you check the AI matching, make sure it aligns. Maybe there's a workshop that you're offering that you want to add in, with updated information, and then you hit submit, and this report is generated. So you can do it on site with your customers. You can, if you're doing a site visit and you're doing that initial interaction, this is generated in moments. You can do it on your iPad. It doesn't matter. So this is that consistent branding too. This is right up your alley, right? Like making sure that everything is branded appropriately, that you're marketing yourself the way you should. I mean, certainly they should reach out to you both, for that expertise. But at least we have consistency within this report.
Yeah, thank you, Brittany. But this is super powerful. A couple of things that I want to just recap there. You mentioned those grant opportunities, right? And so for friends out there in manufacturing, the manufacturing extension partnerships, as Brittany said, there's one in all 50 states, plus Puerto Rico. If you have not started engaging, or you haven't worked, or you're like, hey, what is this? Strongly encourage you, invite you, welcome you. Definitely reach out to your local manufacturing extension partnership. If you just Google MEP or Manufacturing Extension Partnership, it will pop up. You can reach out to Brittany, reach out to myself, Damon. We'd be more than happy to get you connected to an MEP. And again, they are an incredible resource tool for manufacturers to take advantage of. So you mentioned grant funds. They are just relentlessly looking for grant fund opportunities to help our manufacturers be more competitive. Brittany, you mentioned things on workforce, supply chain is, big, one of your main things here. And of course, cybersecurity, just take us one step further on, can manufacturers themselves, if they do a search, would they come, how would they apply to Vessel, or would they get involved with Vessel, or is it just strictly through the MEPs? What does that look like?
Yeah, Kurt, really good question. So at this point in our relationship, we want to be that advocate for our MEP centers. So if they reach out to us, absolutely, we would love to connect them through the MEP, and then they can, complete the assessment through their MEP center. We're happy to have them communicate directly with us, but the key here that we want to do is we're a collaborative partner. We want when it comes to subject matter experts on cybersecurity, workforce, we have that, but we partner with our MEPs because they have a plethora of resources that are available, and they're the ones that can help. We would funnel through. So I would say yes, reach out to us, because if they don't know their MEP, guess what? We do. So they can reach out to us, or like you said, or directly to their MEP, and let them know that they heard, about the MEP from Vessel or from your podcast, so that they have some context there. But absolutely.
Excellent. Okay. And what's going on the screen here?
Yeah. So what's pretty cool about this part here is that if you take an assessment through Vessel's platform, you now have a login that you can then track and benchmark your performances. So let's say you take a cybersecurity assessment and in 2024, and you take the cybersecurity assessment 2025. So you're going to be able to benchmark that. Manufacturing customers going to be able to benchmark their improved, we're going to assume positive intent here, improved performance over time. What's really powerful about this too is by using this client portal, they're going to see those grant opportunities that the MEP Center has right there. They're going to see what classes are coming up, what grant opportunities are available, what classes are coming up that they want to participate in. All of that's right at their fingertips through this login.
Awesome. All right. Just
Good
excellent
stuff.
stuff. Right? Just great value for a manufacturer. And how about this? How about this screen here?
Yeah, so really similar. This is actually what a user, so if you're using the Vessel software, this is like an account manager view or a manager view. So if I'm in charge of, a team of 5 that is doing assessments, this is my view to be able to see how many assessments are out there. What's the pull-through rate? What is our go-forward plan? How many assessments then translate into projects that are potentially revenue generating? Or if, the goal is to have event participation or grant funding participation, all of that's tracked and measured through here. So now you've got some data that you can be, taking to your economic development and say, hey, look at the impact that we're making in our state. Look at how powerful this is. This is cool.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Absolutely love it. And and on top of it, you get the energy, you get Brittany's energy with the whole process, which is just I tell you, your enthusiasm is just so contagious. I just love it. All right. So if manufacturing extension partnership is out there now, with that being said, do you partner? What other type partners do you align with? Trade associations? Anybody else that you partner with?
Oh, yeah. Great question, Kurt. So right now, we definitely have a strong partnership with our MEP centers. We're exploring with our economic development and trade. We are, we're growing really fast too, which is also very exciting. We just hired an MEP account manager journey to our team. So she's just focused on onboarding our MEP centers, which is so fun. If you scroll down, you'll see a picture here. So gosh, this is me, obviously. And then Jared, he's our product manager, really awesome guy. I mean, talk about making sure you understand how to use the software, how it interfaces. He is really brilliant. And Journey, our newest team member, we're training her up to speed. We're growing, which is a good place to be in. And it's, like I said before, it's a lot of fun.
Well, absolutely love it. And we've got it website right here, vesselscale.com. And again, you can connect with Brittany, connect with anybody on the team through LinkedIn. They would be more than happy to have these conversations with you. And just, I'd tell you, your mission to help manufacturers and just really unique niche that you guys have carved out. This is a big need that just hasn't been filled. And I just love the vision that your team at Vessel has to help manufacturers. Damon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, when you look at this, you're helping the MEPs help the manufacturers, and it's giving them a way to do a comprehensive assessment with the manufacturers in their area to really go, okay, here are the areas that you could use improvement over those areas you had on the page there. And the cool thing is each MEP can customize that to their experts, their grants, and all the programs that they have currently going on. So this thing would be for a manufacturer. If I'm in this area, I can log in and I may have new grant opportunities. I may have all of these, it's really a way to long-term be able to make sure that I, as a manufacturer, am connecting with the MEP on what's going on. How do we keep abreast of programs they have that could be helping us?
Bingo. Wow. I couldn't have said it better, Damon. Yes, you get the gold star for the day.
Hey, Damon, Mom's going to be proud of you for that one. That was fantastic. But again, because what's going on with manufacturers in your corner of the world, Damon, very heavy in aerospace is going to be dramatically different in, say, Michigan, Detroit, with auto versus, other states,
Yes.
maybe more heavy agriculture or whatever it might be. And so those MEPs have different needs, different programs, different grant
Yes.
opportunities. Illinois, IMEC, they do an amazing job helping their manufacturers.
Yep.
And so, Purdue, we could go on and on. All 50 states are just doing great work. Brittany, as we start taking things home, anything else that we want to tie it up with a bow? Anything else that you want to share here as far as your program goes?
Yeah, thanks, Kurt. I would say, just reach out. We're friendly. We'd love to do a deep dive demo if it makes sense and really go through how the platform can serve you. Just send us an email, call me. My email's right there, Brittany@vesselscale.com. You can visit our website, send a note there too. That'll go directly to me, and I'd love to connect with you. So if it's through LinkedIn or email, just please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to serve, and that's what I love to do best.
Awesome.
Absolutely love it. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. So Brittany, we'll get you back full screen on stage here. And so we'll start winding down. So again, thank you guys for joining us here today. Brittany, as we round down, I'd love, phenomenal. What a great preach as far as taking that leap of faith, comparing, your family's journey, literally, living on a boat, through the Caribbean, just so inspiring, and how you compare that to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
I'd love to ask, as a longtime professional banking and now helping manufacturers, here's a question for you.
Okay.
Best business advice that you've ever received or that you would love to share with our audience today. What's the best business advice that you feel that you've ever received?
Man, this is deep, Kurt. Ooh, I like a good question like this. I would say the best business advice that I've ever received is that you are the only boundary setter in your future.
There we go.
That's coming from a person that sold everything. And so
It was on a boat. Yeah.
Can you say that again? Can you repeat that?
Yeah, you are your boundary setter.
This is it.
You are your own boundary setter. You are only, and I'll say I won't speak for anybody else out there. I'm only going to achieve what I feel that I'm capable of achieving. I set my own boundaries, and maybe others feel that same way. Brilliant advice, Brittany. I'll put it out to both of you. How do we conquer that? That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So,
Yeah.
Damon, what are your thoughts on that one?
I'm really not even going to weigh in on it because it is so true. It is. It really is. That's great business advice.
Truth hurts. Brittany, what you took such a dramatic leap of faith. What helped you go through that process?
Having a trusting partner was a big one. Somebody that I could, really trust and count on. And then referring back to what I want those boundaries to look like for me. What do I want my kids to see as we go through life?
Mm-hmm.
That was a big one. That was really big. And knowing that I'm the tone setter for my family. I would say those three things. Having a trusted partner, what I want my kids to see, and being the tone setter.
I'll tell you, you know what? I want to thank you for today because you are a gift. I cannot express what a blessing you are. What an incredible, I'm almost at a loss of words. Damon, how often am I at a loss of words? What a gift that you just gave us with your brilliance, your wisdom, your inspiration today, trusting your partner, setting the tone for your family members. I couldn't have loved this session enough. Damon, thoughts, comments?
I'm with you there, Kurt. Thank you so much for being here today. Brittany is wonderful
Well,
hosting you today.
You guys, thanks for the platform. I really appreciate being able to, have these conversations. And, if anybody can take even just a sliver, even just one little piece from the goodness that you guys are spreading, keep up the good work. I see too, you guys are having a workshop coming up just around the corner, which is awesome, starting August 1st.
Yeah,
we do. And hey, as a matter of fact, let's grab a couple comments. Sadia gives you a rounding applause here.
Yeah.
And so
Dollar.
Daljet says she explained it so beautifully as I can resonate whatever she shared as her experience after leaving a job to start your own venture. So again,
Yeah.
guys, thank you for the comments here. So let's wind down on this. So Brittany, yes, thank you for mentioning. Damon, we've come up with a little course that we're launching on Thursday, and it's how to stop being the best kept secret with live streaming. So I have a link in the chat in the comments down below. Go to my website and you can learn more about it. We would love for anybody to check that out. Thank you for bringing that up. But I also would strongly encourage you to connect with Brittany on LinkedIn, connect with her team at Vessel. These folks are just people of integrity, just working relentlessly, helping manufacturers, helping our manufacturing extension partnerships, and just dedicated to making U.S. manufacturers as competitive as possible. So we're going to wind down. Brittany, thank you. I kept you over time. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing your story, your family, your inspiration with us today. And Damon, as I always love to say, just go out there and be someone's inspiration, just like Brittany. And hey, let's give a big round of applause for Britteny Gardner for just absolutely crushing it. So, all right, we're going to be back here on Friday, and we have a wonderful, amazing guest. And it's going to be hard to top this one, but Damon, we've got our work cut out for us, do we not?
We'll give it a try.
We'll give it our best try. So, Brittany, hang out with us for 1 second. Guys, have a great rest of your week. God bless you. And again, connect with Brittany, man. If you're having a rough day, man, she's just going to pick you back up. So,
yeah.
All right, we'll have a great rest of your
week.
We'll see you soon. Okay.